The Wellness Hour. An in-depth discussion with today's top physicians and medical leaders. And now, your host, Randy Alvarez.
You're watching The Wellness Hour, leader in medical news and information. I'm Randy Alvarez. Today's topic, adult orthodontics, invisible braces. I should say braces behind the teeth. With us, we have a dentist that everybody seems to be talking about. In fact, he's written a book, Brace Yourself for Success. Dr. Lagstein. Dr. Lagstein, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Andy.
All right, now this is about, in fact, I read your book this morning, and I thought, oh boy, I got to read this book for this interview, but it was a great book, and this is a book about self-esteem. So it's very, very exciting. So your practice, let's start there first. Who's the typical patient? I guess you do more than just braces.
My practice does everything, pediatrics, any kind of dentistry, but I specifically do adult orthodontics. It's a niche that I've created, which I'm pretty excited about.
So they are behind the teeth. I mean, you can't see these braces. Is that right?
Yeah, they're totally invisible. They're actually custom made, so they're very comfortable, beautiful, can't see them at all, and they can do anything in orthodontics.
Okay, now, how did you go, because you were a pediatric dentist.
Yes.
How did you, tell me a little bit about your story, your philosophy.
Yeah, well, I started over 30 years ago as a pediatric dentist, and early on I was always interested in growth and development of kids. How do we give them great faces? So early on I started studying orthodontics, and again, it was about not only straightening teeth to me, but giving kids the most magnificent smiles and beautiful, well-balanced faces.
So you think the teeth could balance the face?
Yeah.
Interesting,
yeah.
Okay.
So as I started actually doing this, it got so exciting that many of the parents of my kids would say, hey, could you do that for me? And I said, sure. And I started doing adult orthodontics. And I quickly found that it was awful. Adults,
what do you mean by that?
They were bigger whiners, worse than the kids, this hurt. Okay. And I said, this is not for me. I know why I became a pediatric dentist. And then I totally stopped adult orthodontics, and then I learned of a technique, somebody out in Boston who was doing quicker orthodontics, cosmetic orthodontics. So I studied with him, and I said, this is something that adults could tolerate, and I started doing adult orthodontics quick time. And that was
like how quick, like 6 months?
6 months, yeah, 6 months. And then I learned of a technique of putting braces behind your teeth. So I studied under him, and then I put it all together, and I found a way to do adults behind the teeth in a short period of time. And this is where the excitement came.
Okay, okay.
And so what I did was, as I was doing this, I was so excited about the results because when I was done, my patients would be so thankful. I'd get a fine bottle of wine, I'd get a tie, thank you notes, and I said, this is phenomenal. But then something unusual happened. And
what's that?
It was usually well after the braces were completed, and I'd get a phone call, I'd get an email, and I'll give you a couple examples. I had one young fellow who said, you know, when I started with you, I was a stock boy at Home Depot. And now I'm a manager, and I'm convinced that it's because of my smile.
Because of the teeth.
Yeah.
The teeth get straight, and then the guy gets a promotion.
Yeah, and then I had...
Do you believe that, though?
Now I do, but let me tell you how I got to believe it. So, and then I got maybe a letter or an email from a woman who said, she sent me some roses a year after her treatment, and in it was a note who said, thank you. Thank you for giving me the courage to divorce my abusive husband. I believe it all started when I got my smile. So I started realizing...
Very interesting, very interesting.
Yeah, I started realizing that I was doing more than just giving straight teeth. When I straightened someone's teeth and make them feel better about themselves, I was turning on a switch, and the switch turned on something inside, and then everything changed. And I was hearing patients of mine, better jobs, better relationships, feeling better about themselves, just everything changed. And it was so exciting to me that I wrote a book. And I wrote a book telling the story of patients who changed their lives, but I started studying the relationship of self-esteem and how you feel about yourself. And it's pretty exciting stuff.
You're a dentist, though. You think the teeth are pretty important.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't think I'm a dentist anymore. I think I'm a life transformer, Randy.
Really? Are you serious?
I mean,
like change their smile, change their life.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
and that's what gets me excited. Who else has a better job? I get up in the morning and I go to work and I change people's lives. And it doesn't get better than that.
So you see transformations like that? I mean,
time and time again, time and time again. And
people that didn't smile and now they smile.
Well, here's what I do now because I know this. When I have a new patient, I sit them down, I give them a mirror, and they look in the, and I say, what would you like to fix? And they say, I like to fix this, I like to fix that. And then I ask them this question. And first I show them pictures, because I have pictures of any kind of dental issue, before and afters. And I show them some pictures, and I say, what would it mean to you if you had that smile? So it's someone who looked like them before and what they looked after. And the answers I get are amazing.
Like what?
Firstly, 50% of the time I get tears. It's such an emotional issue. Because people recognize, sometimes they can't put it into words, but people innately understand that if they improve their smile, they would be a different person. And they say it. My social life would improve. My husband will look at me differently. I'd sell more. These are the things that people say even before, when you really ask them the question, what would this mean to you? And then when they're done, many people exceed that wish, but it doesn't happen right away. It takes some time for...
Now you say even in your book, people have to learn to smile again. They're so used to not smiling.
I'll tell you my own story. You know, when I was a kid, I had these 2 fangs. And my parents couldn't afford braces. They didn't think it was important. So I went through middle school, and every time I smiled, I'd cover my mouth. High school, cover my mouth.
With fangs, okay.
College, covered my mouth. Then I went to dental school, and I learned, as a dental student, braces were free. So I got my braces the old-fashioned way, maybe 3 years of braces. Finally got a smile I wasn't ashamed of. But guess what I still did for 2 more years?
Oh, really?
2 more years, because I couldn't get my mind to understand that I didn't have to do that. And then finally, I figured it out, and I stopped doing that. But it took me 2 years, but it changed my life, and that's how I really connected what happened to me with what I'm doing for my patients.
Okay, now, for people just tuning in, we're talking about adult orthodontics.
Yes.
These are braces that go behind the teeth.
Yes.
Now, you do Invisalign as well?
I do, but
you like this better. Why? Because Invisalign sounds like a much easier.
Yes,
better.
You would seem that way. First of all, Invisalign has some real specific things that you can do, limitations.
Okay.
You can't do everything with Invisalign. It's good for minor stuff, but it's promoted as such a great social thing. But the truth is, it's transparent but somewhat visible. They're shiny, but socially, you need to take these things out to eat. And people
are, interesting. Okay, good point.
So people are in a restaurant and they're going and slurping and putting it in there. And plus compliance.
Well, if you eat 5 times a day, I mean, that's got to be tough.
And compliance is an issue because you have to wear it 24/7. So.
Oh, really? So you have to sleep with it? You got to do all that stuff?
Yeah, and it takes a long time, Invisalign. So this is quicker, totally invisible, cooperation's not an issue, and the results we can get, there are no possible kinds of cases that we can't accomplish with these braces. So
you can match what traditional orthodontics do?
Well, we can exceed it because what these braces do that nothing else can do, it expands. And when you expand the jaw, then you get a wider smile and then the face changes as well as just the teeth.
Okay, so, and by the way, your book, Brace Yourself, and we're here with the author of the book, Brace Yourself, that your smile can affect your whole life.
Yeah.
Your self-esteem, get you a better job, a better mate, which is not surprising that dentist thinks that the smile's, that important. But you see these transformations.
Yeah.
So they're invisible. You can eat with them. You clean them, the water pick? Or?
Yeah, just easy toothbrush,
water
pick.
Why isn't everybody doing it this way then?
It's technically, at first it's fairly new. Secondly, it's technically sensitive. It takes some training to do. I think it's the wave of the future.
Is that right?
This is what people want. They want a beautiful smile, they want it fast, and they want to have an invisible ride.
An invisible ride. Okay, what else are we looking at over there?
So here's a woman who came in and she said, all my life I wanted braces. I'm just a working girl, and finally I want to do this for myself. I've saved up the money. So she came in, and her complaint was, look at my crooked teeth. I am so crooked, my top teeth, it looks like I'm missing a tooth there in the front. You can see that missing tooth.
It does look like it's missing a tooth.
It's back there. It's just behind these guys. So she was so crowded and so narrow, and we put her through the program. And after her braces were complete, she came back for her checkup maybe 3 months later, and look what's changed.
Let's take a look at this.
Not only have her teeth changed, she had her hair done, she lost some weight.
Yes.
She's a totally different person.
Pretty.
And it's not just on the outside. We watch these people come in, and they're a different person, and you could tell there's a new confidence to them, a new gait, a new tone. It's really exciting to see the changes, and you could see it in her face. Look at her
they're still
smile.
prettier. I mean, she looks better.
Yeah, but it's more than just the physical. It's deeper than that. It's I now feel good about myself, and I can do better in any area of my life. I had a great story just the other day where I had, we see a lot of kids as well, and one of the kids said to me, you treated my mom, and she's very different around the house now. She's happier. Her and my dad get along better. And it all happened after she got her smile changed. And this was a 12-year-old kid realizing that something about his mother had changed.
You call it personal packaging. That this is part of your personal package. The clothes you wear, your smile. Elaborate on that.
Yeah.
I mean, how important you think that is?
I think it's huge. It's critical. People understand innately that there's something holding them back. I mean, I'll tell you two unusual cases. I had this gorgeous 18-year-old girl. She was fun and adorable, just delightful. And she came in because the one thing she didn't like were her teeth. She had crooked teeth, and we straightened her smile. 2 months later, her mom called me up and said, "You're not going to believe this. At 18 and a half, she is dating for the first time." This gorgeous girl had never been on a date because to her, her smile was terrible. And once she got that, everything changed for her. Amazing. And if you looked at her, you'd say, wow, what a catch, even with her crooked teeth. And yet what she needed was that fulfillment, that last piece of the package, which made her feel good. And once that happened, the switch went on.
I read your book, by the way. And I think people should order your book and read it because it made me think, I guess, I should smile more because I've been lucky just kind of having pretty straight teeth, no orthodontics. But the transformations, though, are the part where, and I'm smiling and I laugh at some of the things you say because it is hard to believe that. But I guess the point is, if you don't like your smile, I mean, somebody watching this, okay, so you mentioned the 18-year-old, but there's 40-year-olds, 45, 50-years that feel the same way, you think? They're like that 18-year-old?
Let me tell you about a mom who walked in with teenage kids, just maybe a couple of weeks ago also, and she said, "I am tired of not smiling at pictures." We're just starting her, but she's a typical case of a woman who didn't need it. She had a family. She didn't need to be out there in public, but she wanted it for herself. And we see this all the time. There's so many reasons that people want this, but it all stems from the same thing. They don't feel good about themselves. And when they get that, and really it's more than just straight teeth, it's a facial transformation, so many things change.
Now, we should mention also that, you've been doing, you're a pediatric dentist.
Yes.
You've been doing kids in orthodontics for how many years now?
37.
37 years.
Yeah.
So can you do complex cases, by the way? I mean, the teeth are really in bad shape with these behind the teeth braces?
Yes. So
just takes a little longer.
Yeah, it takes longer. Patients come in and they say, "I heard that you do 6 month behind the teeth braces," and they point to their face and they say, "I'm not 6 months, am I?" And I go, "No, you're not," because some cases are really complex.
But if they're invisible, who cares?
That's the case. That's the point. That's the point.
You can't feel them.
That's the point. But sometimes it takes longer than 6 months. The beauty of this technology is no matter what the problem is, we could fix it, even if it's comprehensive, even if we need to fix the bite. But the cosmetic cases, the teeth you look at are really quick.
And they're still metal brackets? I mean, the principles are the same?
They're actually gold.
Okay.
They're gold brackets. They're custom-made gold brackets.
I guess the one thing about braces, and I did have them only on my lower, is they tear up the inside of your gum. So you don't have that problem with
Well, since these are custom-made and they're paper thin, it's so comfortable. The first day or two, your tongue rubs against it, but after that, you don't even know they're in their mouth. And what my patients say time and time again, take your time. If it takes longer, I just love what's happening. It's great. And the other exciting thing that happens, because no one knows that these people are getting this treatment, during the treatment, they get things saying, people say to them like, "Do you have some work done on your face?" or "Did you get a good night's sleep?" People are complimenting them, not understanding that they're getting a smile makeover. And my patients just smile and say, "Thank you."
Their friends are all saying, your teeth are getting straighter.
No, they don't even say that. They say, "You look better. What'd you do? You get
Really?
Botox?" Yeah, they just
so they tell you. And how soon, by the way? Okay, for like a crooked situation like that looks pretty bad. That's in about 6 months?
She probably took about 8 or 9.
Okay, but they're invisible. So
they're invisible. And After about 2-3 months, though, you see remarkable differences. Here's what happens. The teeth get straight very quick. The smile gets wider a little slower. So that there's a big difference between straight teeth and a wow smile. Yeah. So straight teeth happen quickly.
Define a wow smile, by the way.
The wow smile takes a little longer.
What is it? I mean, define it.
What you're actually doing is taking someone with a narrow jaw and actually widening the bone. And when you do that, instead of seeing 6 teeth in the front, you see 8 or 10 teeth. And anybody who has that wide smile looks friendlier, happier, and younger.
And without a problem in the world.
Without a problem in the world.
We're going to take a quick break. We come back. We're here with the author of Brace Yourself. We're talking about braces behind your teeth. They're invisible. And Dr. Lagstein has more before and afters after this. We'll be right back.
If you're suffering from twisted, crooked, or overlapped teeth, there's new hope. Now you can get a high-definition perfect smile in just 6 months. Dr. Lagstein's secret smile technology involves digitally designed braces behind your teeth. Shh, it's a secret. Nobody will ever know you're wearing braces. Call now to reserve your free transformation consultation. Get a picture-perfect celebrity smile in just 6 months with no pain and no embarrassment. Call 1-800-639-9045.
You are watching the Wellness Hour, the leader in medical news and information. I'm Randy Alvarez. Today's topic, change your smile, change your life with Invisible Orthodontics. Actually, they're behind the teeth braces. And with us, we have an expert on the topic, Dr. Lagstein. Okay, Dr. Lagstein. Now, your book, Brace Yourself. You think that that your smile is at the core of your self-esteem or self-image.
Right.
Elaborate on that.
Well, how many women come to work or come see you and say, I can't stand my hair today? And you look and you say,
looks good.
Looks good. Looks like every other day. But that woman thinks her hair looks bad. Well, we all have that. We have different things.
It affects her day. And,
this doesn't look good on me, this shirt. And whatever you feel about yourself is how you govern your day. If you don't feel like you look good, you're not going to act good. And that's what we're about. If you make even a small change, like a better outfit or better hairdo, you feel better.
So in this economy, invest in your smile?
Big time. Big
really?
time. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And, you know, to me, I didn't understand this until I saw it time and time again. I didn't see it as more than straight teeth. But finally, I recognized...
It's not just straight teeth,
No, it's life transformation. I really believe that.
So fear. What if somebody is anxious? Okay, so they're in their 40s, 50s. They're afraid of the dentist.
Yeah. Well...
What do you do for that?
People come in trembling. And not only that, they haven't had routine care for many a year as well. So, and I have to say to them, look, I'm going to show you what we can achieve.
You do nitrous or, I mean, what do you do?
No, the braces don't hurt at all.
Okay.
But what they're fearful is whatever dentistry they need in order to get the braces. So we have a department as well, and we hold their hand because it takes courage to come and meet a stranger, expose your biggest fear. And so what we do is we say, you can't have these braces until you do A, B, C, get a cleaning, whatever. And we walk them through that. We show them that dentistry could be painless. And I show them the pictures of what they can look like, so they have to earn the right by doing this other dentistry first. And they get motivated and they get the work done. And then they're healthier as well, because now they've had a cleaning, they've had any restorations done. So many people need that. But fear of dentistry is rampant. And we take pride in the fact that we help them.
By fixing your smile, skyrocket your self-confidence, boost your position in life, spark social relationships. Interesting, and you see that. It sounds like an exaggeration.
Every one of those statements came from experience. And even writing the book came from the realization that it wasn't just straight teeth that I was providing. I see the difference between straight teeth and a smile that really matches the face, a smile that makes the face more youthful, a smile that just is perfect for that specific face. And I learned it all from pediatric dentistry, because in pediatric dentistry, you need to understand growth and development and jaw growth and how things match, and it all comes together.
So when you see patients, though, and I want to go back to this, because you see, I mean, where you live, people take great care of themselves, especially women, their skin, their hair, and you see these older teeth. Is it the fear, again, revisit it for a second, I want to ask you, is it the fear of pain? They think it's going to be painful, or?
Well, braces is associated with pain. People, especially, by the way, many of my patients are patients who had their braces as a child and now are back because the teeth have shifted. And they have bad experiences of pain. But let me tell you the truth about these new braces. Putting them on is absolutely painless. It takes maybe 2 hours to get the whole set put on. Afterwards, the next day, they are a little achy, and the best way I can describe it, if you've done no exercise in a long time, you do a workout, you know how your body feels?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're achy. So when you probably take soft foods, maybe take an Advil for a day or two, but these braces hurt only 1/3 as much as traditional braces. After that, the adjustments are comfortable, painless.
So pain's not something they complain about?
Not an issue. No, but it's something they come in fear, and I need to explain to them that it's all changed.
Okay. Okay, good. Okay, so these photos, what are we looking at here? You have more
Let me show you a
photos.
few quick ones. Here's a woman, older woman, probably in her 50s. So we straighten her teeth, but most important, look at her face. I believe she looks 10 or 15 years younger just by making her wider.
Very nice. So you widened?
We widened
like
her.
they were small, the before, narrow on the sides of the mouth, and now you just brought it out.
That's right.
Looks like veneers.
Yeah.
That's not veneers?
Not veneers.
Okay.
All right, look at this. Very pretty girl to start. Crooked teeth, beautiful face to start. But look at the difference in her smile. Her smile was okay. Now it's wide and friendly, cosmetic, big facial difference.
And is it more men? I mean, more women that are doing this?
Well, maybe, but men as well. Look at this man. He had very crooked teeth to start. Look at how crooked his teeth were.
Oh, my goodness.
We ask every patient in their before picture, give us your biggest smile. That's all he had. Now look at his smile afterwards.
Very nice.
Same person.
Now, by the way, let me ask you this. Do they come in and do they ever think, you know, Doc, you probably never see anything this bad?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
Do they tell you that kind of stuff?
They do, but when I show them pictures of people like them, usually who are worse, it's pretty comforting and pretty exciting to see the potential results.
So that process, they come in, and chances are you have a smile that's kind of like theirs.
Absolutely.
That you can show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at this fella. Big spaces between his teeth. So we closed the spaces, we gave him great teeth, but again, what gets me excited is look at the difference in his smile.
Yeah.
Look how wide he is.
And not only that, I mean, you know, you're going to perceive this guy much differently.
Yeah.
As well. I mean, he just looks like a class act.
Yeah.
Very
Now,
nice.
here's another example. This is an open bite. Look at the
Oh,
big
my
space
goodness.
between his upper and lower teeth. So we closed them up, but again, look at the facial difference.
So you could, with these adult orthodontics, and if you're just tuning in, they're behind the teeth, invisible. So even in this open bite, is that what that's called?
Yeah, it's
I
called
see
an
that
open
every
bite.
once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Was he embarrassed about that, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
People are? Okay.
Big time. All right, here's a nice looking fella. Crooked teeth. Look at his face before and look after. He's gone from nice to handsome, rugged, attractive, friendly.
Looks like $1 million after.
Yeah, friendly is the word I see and hear all the time. When you get wider, you got that look that people are attracted to.
Is that right?
It really
So you
is.
change their smile and everybody treats them differently wherever they
Yeah.
go.
Oh, I hear stories of people. Now I go into a restaurant, I get treated better. Now I smile more.
They get better seats in a restaurant, you said.
Yes, and my
Okay.
wife says I'm always smiling now. She's so happy to see me happy. It's unbelievable transformation.
And when you tell, I mean, in all areas of medicine and dentistry, is this, I mean, do you think this is the happiest group of patients?
By far, by far. And you know, even I think about plastic surgery, and plastic surgery on paper does the same thing because you make yourself feel better by getting plastic surgery. But I've read that even people who've had plastic surgery often have the same self-esteem issues. I don't see this. I can't think of one patient that we have changed their smile where they came back and said, well, yeah, I guess I have straight teeth. They're all excited, every single one.
Okay. So, final message. Somebody doesn't like their smile. What's the first step?
Give us a call. Come in for a free consultation. I'll sit down with you, and I'll find out what you'd like to have done, and then I'll tell you what we could do.
Okay, good. And what do you call them? Invisible braces? I'm calling them invisible braces. Or behind the teeth braces? What do you call them?
We call them behind the teeth braces.
And very few guys are doing this, I guess.
Oh, less than 5% of dentists are doing this, for sure.
Are doing this. And
Yeah.
is there a big learning curve to do it?
It takes some time. It does take some time.
Okay, good. I want to thank you again for coming on the show. Very good.
Thank
good
you.
stuff. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Great information. All of this is on your website, and they can make a consultation to see you. It costs nothing. All right.
Okay.
Thanks again. You've been watching The Wellness Hour, the leader in medical news and information. I'm Randy Alvarez. If you would like to see this interview again online, you could go to our website at wellnesshour.com. Just put in orthodontics or invisible braces or behind the teeth braces, and of course, Dr. Lagstein. For now, I wish you good health.
Thanks for watching The Wellness Hour. the leader in medical news with your host, Randy Alvarez, the authority on health issues.
If you're suffering from twisted, crooked, or overlapped teeth, there's new hope. Now you can get a high-definition perfect smile in just 6 months. Dr. Lagstein's secret smile technology involves digitally designed braces behind your teeth. Shh, it's a secret. Nobody will ever know you're wearing braces. Call now to reserve your free transformation consultation. Get a picture-perfect celebrity smile in just 6 months with no pain and no embarrassment. Call 1-800-639-9045.